Okay, hello and welcome back to another video here in Minecraft, where today we're going to be finishing off that little greenhouse over there. But I've got a few updates with the world, as I usually tend to do. The first one you'll see is that I've expanded the beach out that little bit, and Alf, you can shut up, I can hear you barking. I'll get on to why I don't like Alf in just a few minutes. But you can see that I've expanded out that beach. I don't like doing too much in the world because I think I don't want you guys to keep coming in the world and it looking completely different. But when it comes to things like just like mundane little tasks like making the beach look bigger, I do those off camera. Like I said in the last video, I tend to do it while the previous video is processing. And you can see over there, Potato Island has been expanded. I had a suggestion from a subscriber, Tuna, who has been here since the very first episode of this series, to keep Potato Island, which was about here. But because I've expanded the beach, I couldn't keep the original Potato Island, so I've made a little tribute to Potato Island over here, which will now stay here, lying about on the sea. And I shouldn't jump up there because I'm going to end up trampling on them, and I have got my hoe on me, but I still don't want to waste too much time messing around on there. But other than that, I've not done very much. I have been in the mines because I needed to get some coal. However, I ended up only getting about 10 measly bits of coal after about 30 minutes of mining. And I also had to run back down there before this video because I left Alf down in the mines as well. And it's a bit of a maze now because I do the strip mining because I'm still a bit scared of the caves. I had to look around in all the little nooks and crannies looking for Alf. But I did eventually find him. Probably won't take him down into the mines again. But Alf and I, we are not friends, as I said before, because Alf is the reason that I have now got only 7 bits of experience, and I'm not using my experience because I haven't got an enchanting table or any of that at the minute, but I was saving it up, and I was getting better at not dying, getting better at using my shield and my sword, and I thought that I could finesse the game a little bit, because I realised that Endermen are too tall to get through this door, and so I had an Enderman standing here, and I was like, right, fuck it, I'm gonna try and kill the Enderman while standing here in the door, and everything was working out fine. I got a few hits on him, and then Alf decided to run out and get himself killed. I don't know if it was by the Enderman or by the other skeletons and whatnot standing out here, and I had to run after him, trying to keep him alive. And the Enderman ended up killing me a total of 2 times because I would spend so long trying to save him. So Alf and I, we are not talking today. I do need to heal him up though because he did take a little bit of damage. So if I go into this chest here, you can see that I ended up killing the Enderman eventually, but it cost a whole lot of experience. Yeah, I've got some mutton. That should do the trick. And I've made myself a whole lot of charcoal. Because I said I only got 10 measly bits of iron, I needed to make myself charcoal, which I'm not particularly happy about because I think that wastes more materials than anything else. But I have got charcoal to smelt some more glass up for this episode because, as I said, we're going to be finishing off the roof to that greenhouse. And unlike the last episode, I'm not going to waste too much time with messing around showing you all of the things that I've done. I want to get this roof finished, hopefully make this episode a little bit shorter because we've not got all that much to do. And you can see that I've been making full use of my farms. And is that cooked? Shouldn't need much more than this. Hopefully I should have healed him up by now. Does that count? Oh, I think that's it. His tail was a bit low. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, he didn't take as much damage as I thought he did. I'll take those with me because it'll probably end up falling from a height later on in this episode, and I'm going to keep that ender pearl, and I'm going to do something very special with it as my first ender pearl. I might put it on a wall like you would your first dollar of your business. And I'll take a little bit of this sand. Again, I've been leveling, mostly because I needed the sand for this greenhouse, but I don't think I'm going to need all this. I've smelted a whole lot more glass before this episode started, so I should have enough now. And if I just come on over here, we can begin the work on this greenhouse roof. And I don't think there's anything else that I need to tell you. I always have so many updates, I forget to tell you everything. And what I'll do is I'll throw these seeds into here because I'm not going to need those. However, I think I am going to take the farm down. Got a few stacks of glass here, and then I've got some cooking in the furnace, and I think they should be done by now. Yeah, it looks like they are. And I shouldn't have much. I've got a little bit of coal left, so that's not too bad. What I'll do is I'll take the coal out of the other ones. That's charcoal, so that can stay. Take my glass out, and I've got actually a lot more glass than I thought I did. And then I'll put that in. I'll put all of the coal in. Half that. And then along with that, I'll put in another stack of sand to be cooking, because this may not be enough. And if we get this done, we'll also. Well, actually, what I'm going to do, we'll also. What I was going to say was we're also going to get the path started around here. Like I've said many times, I want to get a little path just going around the outskirts of the island. And speaking of the island, what I'm going to do in the next episode is finally do a little bit more exploring. I realise that I've spent probably like 5 episodes of building, and part of the reason I started the series was to explore some of the changes and of the changes in the game. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a boat. And I'm going to sail around the island, checking out the seas and the oceans and stuff like that, and also showing you a little bit of a tour of the area that we're living in as well. So that's my plan for the next episode, or one of the future episodes, as we've finished this greenhouse and the house there, and then we can get back to building, because I still need a hell of a lot of stuff. I need to get some stuff done with my mine and all sorts of stuff like that. But I'm going to take a break from that and hopefully find something cool. Hopefully. And what I'll do is I'm going to... Jesus, that is loud in my ear. Like I said in the first episode, I have this playing very loudly. I'm not going to do any more of that because that is so loud. But because I record the game audio onto a separate channel to the dialogue, it's not too bad for you. But good God, that's loud for me. I don't even want to plant that. That's so loud. Right. Finish that off. The reason I was doing the sugarcane is because it kind of gets in the way. There we go. Take that one as well. I'm not going to do any more of that because this is unbearably loud for me. And what I'll do now is I'll stack myself up here like so. And then we can get another layer of this. You'll see that I just neatened it off because I didn't have enough glass to finish off this 3rd layer in the last episode. I just came and neatened it off as soon as I got a little bit of glass. And I'm going to build up. And I can build a little bit slower, a little bit calmer in this video. You might have noticed in the last video I was rushing like that, and that's because I wasted so much time showing you Alf and showing you him shaking and sitting and all of that boring stuff, or at least boring to you. It wasn't boring to me, but I ended up wasting half the episode, and I had to rush all of this glass. But I can be a little bit calmer this time around because. I shouldn't have to worry about going over. This should be relatively quick now that we've got the walls built and the glass smelted. So I shouldn't have to worry. And good God, it rains in this game so much. I always end up waiting because again the rain is it makes my commentary worse because I've got the constant sound of rain in my ears. But hopefully it should stop after we've been to sleep, which probably shouldn't be too long knowing how quick the nighttime comes in this game. But I suppose it's commentary practice. And now that that's 4 up, I think I'm going to do it 1 more high. Because I want this, again, like I said before, I want this to be nice and high on the skyline. So I'm going to make this 1 more high, and then we're going to start curving it over. And like I said, I want to take my builds to the next level. That house is awfully basic by Minecraft standards. So let's try and do something a little bit nice with this glass. And I'm going to try and make the roof look a bit curved. Initially, I was just going to do the same sort of thing as the house in that sort of pyramid style. But I'm going to try and make it look a little bit rounder, a little bit smoother. Which, knowing me, will probably fail. But we're going to give it a try anyway. And Alf, where is he? Is he sitting? I don't want him to come up here. Yeah, I left him sitting over there. Oh, I feel bad for him. Look in the rain. He's gone all dark. His fur's gone all wet. Come on. I know it's funny watching him get in my way and whatnot. So I'll let him come up. He can fight any zombies if they come out after me. And I'll fill all this in. Hopefully he shouldn't get in the way. I think I'm too high now for him to get up in the way. So it might end up being a case where everything ends up alright. But I'm going to keep him down there as my trusty guard dog. Oh, never mind, there he is. I thought maybe he wouldn't get in the way. Because, well, I suppose he can teleport, can't he? But never mind. And then once we finish this layer, I'm going to try and make the roof look a little bit nice. And the way I'm going to do that is actually by putting a block here in the corner. And then using this dirt, I'm going to make the next layer up. And then sort of going around like this. And Alf, you, well, I suppose he wasn't that bad in the last episode. I feel like that's a sort of a silly last words kind of thing. But and there we go, we're another one of those stumps. I was just talking about that in the last episode. The stumps getting in the way. And then what I'm going to do is keep it going around like so. So it gives it a sort of little rounded off look. And good God, we get through the glass even quicker than I thought we would. Good job I put some more on to cook. And I've actually got coal this time instead of shitty wood. And again, I need that one like there. He's actually quite good at doing the walking along the glass. I thought he'd be falling all over the place, but I suppose that I trust him a little bit more than I did in the last episode. He's not as bad as I thought he was. I'm kind of forgiving him for his antics earlier on, and I'll do this in each corner because otherwise I'll forget. And then like I did there, I'll bring this all around, and then I'll have to do that in each side as well. And then it'll just give it that sort of rounded off look. This is me slightly leveling up my builds, making them look a little bit more pretty, a little bit more thought out. Because that, although I love it very much, I do want to level myself up. And Alf, I'm going to end up pushing you off. Going to get into a pushing wall, and end that off like so. I'll come up here. Now I've got a little bit of wiggle room, so I can get around him, and now it shouldn't be too bad. Giving him his daily exercise, and then like I did here, this goes around like so, and it just makes it look that little bit nicer and a little bit rounder. I don't know if I'm going to make it because it's rounded off now. I don't know if I'm going to bring it all the way up to the top or if I'm just going to flatten it, but that should use the same amount of glass anyway, because I'm not connecting them in any way. They're just sort of connected diagonally like so. So it doesn't. It's not going to really affect the amount of glass I need, whether I flatten off the top after a few blocks or sort of make it pointed. Let's get this first layer done. Good God, this is one of the moments where I hope the night comes in because the rain is absolutely driving me mad. There we go. Is that the first layer done? Yeah, I think that's the first layer done. And then what I can do is carry on this here. And I think that's my glass done with. Now I've got another stack. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad for glass. And I'm gonna have to make a little pole up to get rid of these dirt, but I'll do that at the end of the video or after I've recorded. Need to get used to using these S keys. I don't trust myself when I'm this high up though. But I realise it's probably me just going like that constantly, back and forth and back and forth. So we'll give it a test here. It don't really work as well because I'm oh, if I use both the D and the S, then kind of works out. I'm getting there. I'm getting more advanced. Didn't know how to use a shield a few days ago, but now I do. So never say never. Alf, if you push me off, there's going to be hell to pay. You've already caused me to die, but I'd be more annoyed that I'd end up trampling all my crops. Let's come over here. And nighttime's coming in, so Alf, this is the reason I bring you here, is so that you can kill any creepers and zombies and whatnot. I say creepers, I don't mean creepers, because they'd end up killing him first. Can creepers explode? This is okay, there we go. Question of the day. Can creepers explode for dogs? Like if the dog was to attack the creeper? Because I know the creeper is scared of cats, right? But I don't know about dogs. So if the dog was to attack the creeper, would the creeper explode? That is my Minecraft question, because I think that now I've got a dog, that is going to be a very relevant question. And what I'll do now that I've finished off this, I'll go to bed, pick up the rest of my glass that I've been smelting, and we can finish off this roof here. And while I'm there, I'll use my furnace at home to put on another stack of sand to cook, because I assume I'm not going to need all of the... Okay, that one's got a little bit more left. I'll take that, take a little bit out of there, and I'll go put a stack of sand. And I should watch out, because I'm expanding the beach, there's not as many torches. I said in the last video that the mobs, they don't really spawn on this beach now, or in my little area. Before they used to be all over the place. But I think that's probably because I've got so many torches, and I will be glad to get rid of this rain. Had enough rain here in real life lately. Alf, you come in. There we go. I spoke about that in the last video, that I find it very cute. And you just sit there at the end of my bed. I've got his butt in my face. But because I've expanded the beach out and I've used all of my coal on the I better get Alf on the cooking. I don't really have any coal to make torches, so this hasn't been lit up as much. So I'm a bit worried that there's going to be more zombies and creepers coming out of the woods and whatnot. And what I'm going to do while I'm here is just get rid of some of these stumps, like I mentioned earlier, because they are starting to get on my nerves. I don't think there's any up here, is there? No. Oh, that's so weird. I did this before, but I didn't know how to actually do it. I did this once before, where you takes the layer of the wood off, and I didn't know this was in the game, but I have done it twice, and I can hear something. It's a zombie. Is he down here? Oh, there's a cave down here. I better fill that in or put some torches down there at some point. And Alf, don't you go down there. But I did this once before, and I had no idea how I did it. I had no idea how I had done this, and I suppose I just tap it. There we go. They always try and get me, and then they end up dying beforehand. I don't need any rotten flesh anyway, but I would have appreciated if he'd have dropped something. But there we go. So I don't think I mined it before. There we go. Spruce stripped. Yes, I remember now what I did. It was when I was over at the beginning of the where I ended the very first episode. I ended up tapping. Well, I must have tapped one of the trees with my axe and made it into stripped spruce. But that's very good to know about because I can put that into some of my builds. Like I say, I'm still a bit of an amateur or a beginner. I'm not going to use the word amateur, and I should have enough glass now. I'll put this other stack on to cook, just to make sure that I've got enough. But I should now be at the point where I have enough to finish this off, and hopefully we can end this off. And Alf, just you be careful. Keep an eye out because there might still be some skeletons under trees and things like that. You can just see over there I've been flattening that off, but that's where they all spawn, on that hill over there. Especially creepers. Are creepers the most common? I feel like creepers are the most common. They're everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. But then again, I suppose they don't burn in the sunlight, do they? So maybe I only see more creepers because I'm a pussy and I hide away at night. But I'll finish curving this over. And I think maybe one more layer, and then I'll flatten it off so that it doesn't look too pointy when we get to the top. And then we should be done. I don't know whether I needed to do 3 episodes dedicated to this, but because I was admiring Alf for half the last episode, I decided I'm not going to get this all finished in 2 videos. So we've got 3, but usually I think I'd probably only dedicate maybe 2 episodes to building. And the next things that I build, I'm not going to bore you too much with admiring dogs and whatnot. I'm getting quicker at building now, as you can see, a bit more efficient at it. And Alf, I was thinking he'd get in the way more than he did, but he's now that we've got a few blocks here, and I can just push him away without pushing him to the ground to his death. I'm a little bit less bothered about his presence up here on the glass. And I don't think I need to put any torches up here on the glass. I don't think mobs can spawn on glass. That is a guess, though. I do not know the actual answer to that, but I would assume that they can't. I might just do it to be safe until I get a comment telling me otherwise. And is this rounded off enough? I'm going to use my little staircase and get a little look at this from afar. I might do one more layer up and then round it off that way, because I'm worried that that'll be too flat on the top. And look at that, that looks nice. I'm liking that. I might take this block off. Do you think maybe that block off would look a little bit better? Sin of Minecraft here, but take that glass off and let's get a look from here. Can't really tell. It all just blends into one. Yeah, okay. That looks better. Looks a little bit less blocky, if you can even achieve that in Minecraft. Run over here and just take all of these off. Sorry, I hate that noise. I think that's something that a lot of people say, but the noise of glass breaking is such a sad sound. And what I'll do now is I will flatten this off, because I don't want it to look too triangular or pointy, like I said. And I'm gonna, well, I've not actually got, I should have a little bit of coal left after this. And I've got more than enough glass. I don't think I'm going to have to go back to the house to get the glass at all, actually. I was more prepared this time around. If you remember in the last episode, I didn't even put the glass on to cook until, like, 2/3 the way into the episode, because I was too busy going, look at my puppy, look at him sit down and whatnot. But then we will fill this in, and then we can be done with the video, and on to the exploration episode next time. Bit of variation, I think, for this series is what's needed, especially because I know nothing about the seas. Obviously, I can see out that there's all of this seaweed, and then I know that there is actually I might be able to see it from here. There's 2 turtles that live here on the beach, which my only experience with turtles. I don't really know what to do with them. But they just live like right over there, probably just hiding behind some of those trees. I'll probably end up showing you those as I go around the island. But other than that, I know nothing. I see all the fish bobbing around, and I don't know really what you do with the fish. Obviously, you used to use the fishing rod. I don't know if they now come, like the mob fish, come up to the fishing rod, and you have to catch them that way, or if there's another way to catch those now. But I'll explore all of that in the next episode. Probably not the fishing aspect, but I'll take a little look at the seas. I know that there's dolphins, so I'd like to find a dolphin at some point. And what I'm going to do is I've not got any in my coal, so I'll have to come down here. And I'll use the rest of this coal because I now no longer need all of this glass. I'm going to have to make a second greenhouse now because I've got so much glass. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a couple of torches and just put them up here on top of the greenhouse. And if I had some glowstone, I'd probably put that in instead just to make it look a little bit nicer. But I have not got any glowstone because, again, I don't dare go to the nether. And I'll just put it in each of these corners. Oops. Probably won't have enough, but oh well. I'll finish that off camera, which is something I always say, then I never end up doing the thing that I said I was going to do. I always say, I'll do that off camera, I'll do that off camera, and then I never do it. Such as the water troughs in the last video. And then we'll come around here, and yeah, I do not have enough. That'll have to be it for now. Actually, I could make some sticks. Can I still make that into planks? Yeah, I can make that into planks. And just make myself a couple more sticks. And then a couple more torches while I'm at it. And then we can get a little look at this lighthouse. And Alf, move. Sick of seeing you today. He's been good. I will bring him with me now in other episodes because I think he is actually more well behaved than I thought. I thought he'd be trampling on my crops. He didn't trample on any of my crops, and I thought he'd be falling in my way and getting in my way, but he hasn't done that. And I think this is probably excessive with the torches. I'm getting a flashback to when I'm going to put one here as well. Getting a flashback to when I made my house and I spammed the walls with torches. But I should have a little more life in my shovel to just get rid of this staircase here, and hopefully he teleports because well, if I'd got rid of that, he'd have flung himself to his death there, and then I can pile up inside and get rid of my blocks from the corners. I actually might be able to get them all from here, but I'm not sure if that'll be the case. Maybe I can stand on my pumpkins. Yeah, I might actually be okay with this. I suppose it's that one up there that is going to be the hard one, and that doesn't look too bad. I think it'll act like a sort of ceiling light as well. When it's night time, and probably not going to see it by this episode because I probably would have ended by then. But it might end up lighting the greenhouse up quite nicely. And what I'll do, I'll just get a bit of this dirt, and I'm gonna have to stack up in the water. Hopefully that doesn't. Don't need to go back with a bucket, and then will that fill in? Yeah, that filled in, and then I can pop that sugarcane back there. And that is just about it for this episode. Finally, I've got myself a nice greenhouse. I'm going to get rid of some of these trees and pretty the area up. And I know I said I'd get a path done, but to be honest, I don't actually know how I want to build the path. I'm thinking maybe wood, or I have got a lot of gravel from mining. So I'll have a think about that, and I'm not going to do that in this episode. But let's have a little look at this from afar. There we go, my giant greenhouse absolutely covered with torches. Maybe I will take a few of those off because it does look a little bit excessive, but that is all that I'm going to do with you in this episode. So Alf, are you going to say goodbye, or are you just going to push me away? There we go, that's his way of saying goodbye. There we go, even barked as well. But thank you very much for watching this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed, and maybe I'll see you later. Bye bye.